Yeah, I mean, as a player, you for sure want to put really good numbers during the season, the regular season, help your team in any ways. But I really believe like when the season is over and you got the opportunity to play in the postseason, that's the most excitement moment for MLB player and personal. I literally play during the season for play on the postseason. So just basically enjoy the moment. I never ever put many pressure on myself. Made me a little bit more comfortable and easy when I really believe in the guy behind myself can help me if I don't do the job. So every time when I go to the home plate and just try to do my job, enjoy it, and it's easy when my teammates got my back. I feel more comfortable.
Let's go next. Go to Evan in the middle.
Thank you. Gleyber, just what you guys were able to do in the last game of the wild card series, specifically in the seventh inning when you scored runs and Wenzel had a hit, and Riley and Torque and a bunch of those guys. I guess how important is that going to be for you guys moving into this series where we saw the offense struggle for a while, but it seems like maybe came alive there in the seventh inning of Game 3 in the wild card?
Yeah, I mean, was huge for us, and also I missed that at bat before Wenzel. I don't do my job in the moment, but I truly believe Wenzel can drive all the runs. And when Wenzel do the oval or the single, everything feels better for us. Greeny, Torquey do the job, and I feel like the last couple of weeks from the season we really don't have that type of moment. And I mean, the exact moment we have it was in the white card against Cleveland and was huge. I mean, that game was really, really good for us. I know what's happened last year with the team. I was in another team, but I feel like it was kind of like revenge for us and for the entire Tiger organization, and we do the job. I mean, and now we're going to face another really good team. Whatever we do on the white card was amazing, but mentality-wise, we're gonna be aggressive in this series and try to play a little bit better. When we got a opportunity to score runs.
We'll go to Jeff in the middle.
I know Troy Melton hasn't been up the whole year, but what have you seen in him, like his composure and how he might handle this moment?
Sorry?
A Melton pitcher.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a special arm. It's been from the bullpen with true belief in he's capable to pitching really well. I don't think nobody have any issues with him. Hopefully he threw 4 or 5 solid innings and gave us opportunity to hold the game and hopefully score earlier. But he's a huge guy. He have a really good opportunity to show what he's capable to do. I'm not pitching tonight, but I'm really excited for him. So I'm going to be on the defensive side, try to help in any opportunity. But, I mean, the entire team believes in him, and we know he's going to do the job.
Stay in the middle with Evan.
I just saw the lineup came out. You're hitting leadoff. What does that mean to you?
Means I have to set the tone for the boys. I don't believe I do a really good job during the white card. But that's the beauty of baseball. I got another opportunity, another huge series, and set the baton for the boys. Try to do the job, and hopefully keep doing well for the team.
We'll stay in the middle with Andrew.
Gleyber, when you look at the regular season, now versus a few years back, postseason expanded, more teams get in. Do you think that puts more of an emphasis on being in the best shape possible when the season ends versus we need to try and win every single game, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, the best example was us. We through the first half we was really well. We got really slumping on the second half, but I mean we win the last couple games when teams matter and we get into the postseason. I always believe it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and especially in the postseason, you can see Cincinnati nobody thought they gonna make the position, and they made the last day. So for us, really, like, we went on the first place during the whole season, and the last couple of days we fell, and one game we win in Boston, and we get the opportunity to get on the postseason. So I mean, season is really longer. I mean, every game is really matters, but I think how you finish is I think is a little more focused on get on the chance to play on the postseason.
Going with Cody in the front.
Gleyber, what's it been like for you being teammates with Javi Baez this year, and what do you think has allowed him to step up in some big moments recently?
Means a lot. I mean, first of all, I feel really happy for him. A lot of conversation during on the spring training, coming from disappointing season for him, and whatever he do during the regular season was really special. Made the All-Star game in the outfield was huge for him and for us, and he do really good things for us during the year. I mean, second half for him was not the best half, but I mean, he showed what he capable to do for the team, and especially in the wild card series, he set the baton for us. He's a guy playing the World Series before, he winning, he got a ton of experience, and he's on our leader. He's huge. He's really important piece for us, and how he do, I think is gonna be really important for us.
Go over to Jason on the right.
Continuing with Javi, have you seen him change his offensive game a little bit here in the postseason where, it seems like he's had more timely singles in situations where in regular season he might be swinging for the fences a little bit more often?
Yeah, I mean, he's really focused. Like, when we played in the last series in Boston, he drive the ball on the opposite field more than normal. He got his singles. He got few opportunities to get RBIs, and he do on the other way. And Cleveland, he go to the opposite field. That means he's really focused, and he feel really good on the home plate, because normally you can see how he got really a lot of power, and he always try to pull the ball. But in those moments, he tried to put himself in base, and that's really important for us. And as a player, before get at bat, and we see those couple at bat help us to get the best approach. And I mean, he's really focused. He's been play on the position for a long time too, and I know he's really focused. I know him really well, and he's really excited. So, like I say, how he play is gonna be really important for us, and we're gonna try to lead him.
Are there times where the tags he puts on guys, particularly the one on Ramirez the other day, are there times he even surprises you with some of the the ability to lay down that quick tag?
No, he's the mago. He's the magician for many years in the big league. It's really special how he played in the infield and personal. He's helped me really well during this year. I came from this team. We struggled defensively last year, and Cora and also Javi helped me during the spring training. We worked really together, and during the season helped me too, and especially in those tight moments and everything is matter, and he keep doing those type of plays really special, and get excited everybody.
Anything else for Gleyber? Go here in the front.
Gleyber, it's been about 3 months since these teams face each other. So, despite that, how do you view the scope of the challenge of the Mariners when you boil it down to a 5-game series?
Yeah, we know it's a really good team. They have really good player, especially on the pitcher side. They are really good. We faced a couple times already. They beat us really well in Detroit. They play was good, but yeah, I mean, we got another opportunity. I think it's not about name. It's just it's about how competitor any player can do the job. I think the little things is gonna be really important for us. So be aggressive, believe each other, be on the same page, try to do the job and play the right baseball. I mean, those games we know the pitcher are better than the hitter. In some point they are nasty. They executed better pitcher than on the regular season, and we know that. So we're gonna try to do the little things and win the games. That's the most important.
Hey Jay, thanks. Just ask you about your decision to not only put Colt on the roster, but to start him today and have Wenzel available off the bench.
Yeah, so it started with Colt. We put him through a workout yesterday. He hit live off a couple pitchers, and once he was deemed healthy, it was a pretty easy decision. We want his bat in the lineup. We'll be somewhat conservative with the defense. Just given all the different plays and angles and stress that we can put on him. But he demonstrated that, that he can put together a competitive at bat, good swings. He swung and made contact. He had a couple check swings. He swung and missed. I mean, all the things that that give us a lot of confidence that he can give us, as many at bats as possible. So putting him at the DH started the decision process of putting Carp in right field, which and then Parker versus Wenzel in center and so forth. So I feel like Colt strengthens our lineup against the starter, and Wenzel certainly strengthens our bench as almost two players in one off the bench for later in the game.
Go to Cody in the back left.
AJ, what's it mean to get Hannafy back on this roster and to have a team that he can match up against a little bit better?
Yeah, I feel good getting Hannafy back active. I mean, it was a unlucky part of some decisions over the course of September. At the end of the month, we played Cleveland every day, pretty much. Plus, going to Boston. We made a decision to change the configuration of our pen, and he was the odd man out. He has pitched very well for us. He's tough on righties. He can manage his way through a pocket of hitters and get a lefty out as well. But it's been getting him back on the roster in the right configuration of the opponent. So with his, they're a little bit more right-handed here. They can still offer a lot of issues left-handed, but he strengthens the right side of our bullpen and keeps the ball on the ground. And he's been a big part of our pen, even though it doesn't look like it in the game logs or how the last couple of weeks have gone. So it did make a tough decision on Paul Sewall. We took him off the roster, and I let him know yesterday that he threw a live BP. He's gonna continue to try to work in case of injury, or if we can win the series in advance, he'll be under consideration for the next series. So all these decisions at the end of the period that we're allowed to reset our rosters come with some pros and cons and different strengths.
Let's go next. Go to Evan in the middle.
AJ, just batting Gleyber lead off once again. What kind of gives you confidence to put him at the top of the lineup? And then what have you seen out of his at-bats recently, and how soon can he break through? Yeah, no, I think his... he's got a lot of qualities as an offensive player. One that never really goes away is his zone discipline. And tonight, when you face a guy like Kirby, he makes it really hard because he lives on the edges with plus stuff across the board. And so the tougher the at-bats we can give him, the harder we can make it on him. And Gleyber might swing at the first pitch, smoke a single or a double or a homer and kickstart us, or he may work a 7, 8, 9 pitch epic at bat because he knows the zone so well. So I like him at the top, whether it's first or second. But against the starter, we're trying to give him as many tough at-bats as we can, 1 through 9, and it starts with Gleyber. So even on the days he's not swinging his best or doesn't look like he's putting up the numbers as he has for the majority of this season, the at-bat quality still seems to be really good. So he's one swing away from whether it's breaking out or whether it's being a major contributor, and I trust him to be ready.
Go to Jeff in the middle.
You ended spring training with a really brutal travel schedule, and you ended up here. You've been on the road forever, and you ended up here. I wonder if deja vu or...
No, it just is more. This is what it's taken. I mean, obviously the season schedule comes out, and we know we were gonna end on the road. What we didn't know is that we would bounce from city to city and go on a wild card series and on the road, and then have a nice little party, and then head out west with a long travel out here. But there's so much adrenaline and so much energy that surrounds these playoff chases, and then ultimately these playoff races, and our guys are handling it fine. So you may have seen players in the same clothes. You might see, a dry cleaning bill or two. Clubbies might have to pick you up with a few extra cycles of laundry. But this is the playoffs, and this is where you want to be. If you have to be on the road for 30 more days to win the World Series, you take it. And so our guys are fine. They're just, I've seen their wardrobe, just recycled a couple times. Jack Flaherty's got the best wardrobe.
We'll go to front left over here.
AJ, you've seen the Mariners from afar for this whole regime, and even before that. What strikes you as different about the Seattle Mariners this year compared to any other Mariners team?
Yeah, I think they're even a different team within the season that we saw them. At the beginning of the season, I think there's a lot of feeling out amongst all teams. We came here for the second series of the year, and the guy tonight wasn't active, right? George was hurt, and so just seeing him back active again, not only in July but in the postseason is a little bit of a change. But at the beginning of the season, as everybody's feeling each other out, you're a version of your team, how you get out of the gate. Then we saw them in July, and it was about as explosive a team as we saw the entire year. We saw the home run power, we saw the aggressiveness on the bases, we saw some of their high-end starting pitching, and we saw their ability to get to the finish line, which sounds like a complete team. And that's why they've been able to run, and complete their season in such positive ways. So they can come at you with a lot of different ways, whether it's small ball, aggressive base running, speed, power. We know about the arms. It's historically always been a high-end pitching staff. So. There's not a lot to not like about the Mariners and how they put together their season. They won the AL West. So I don't know how long I have to compliment them, but I do know that they are a formidable opponent. They've earned their way here. You've got to play well to beat them. They rarely beat themselves, and they play close games, and they're used to it, and so are we. So I love the challenge of this series, even kickstarting it out here in Seattle. We're going to take it home to Comerica in a couple of days, and we've been practicing winning series the whole year, and we've won one against these guys. We've lost one, and now the most important one.
Go to Tim in the front.
AJ, I'm sure you're tired of talking about how great Tarik is, but for those who don't see him on a regular basis like your fans do, what allows him, from your standpoint, to be as consistent as he is, especially these last two seasons?
Yeah, his work in between starts probably doesn't get enough attention because, most of the time the focus around him is his strike throwing on the days that he pitches, and to what degree is he going to dominate, right? Like you have the Maddox CG, incredible performance on a Sunday in Detroit, and then I get questions when he gives up 2 or 3 runs. It's like, what's wrong with Tarik? And I'm like, nothing. He's just an incredibly talented pitcher who puts in the work. And so I think if you don't watch us or you don't know him, you look out at his presence, you see the velo, you see the stuff, you see the hardware. You've probably heard of him if you haven't watched him, but I get the true opportunity to sit and watch him in between starts and how he's put together not just a good start, not just a good stretch, but an expectation, within himself to be elite. And that doesn't come in one good season. That comes over time, and he's an easy guy to root for. I know that he's got some ties back to this area, and it matters to him to be on a winning club and be a big reason why we're winning. And we wouldn't be here without his emergence.
Tarik, obviously you guys had a ton of fun in Cleveland and celebrated quite a bit, but coming back to Seattle here, what was the first thing that you did, once you got back, and what does it mean to be here now?
First thing I did was make sure my family got in all right, and then went to sleep. So that was what happened there. But yeah, I mean, it's always good to get back to the city. The city means a lot to me. Obviously, I spent 4 years here. You know, I was born in California, raised in Arizona, but I feel like I kind of grew up here, you know, in college, kind of getting independent and stuff. So this place will always have a special place in my heart for sure.
Go to Jeff in the middle.
Do you have a bunch of ticket requests and stuff?
Not crazy. I mean, I think the most is kind of self-inflicted is I'm going to have the whole team out tomorrow, which will be, I think, a cool experience for them just to, I mean, I think they have a scrimmage in the morning. I've been talking to the coach and then get done with the scrimmage and come on over. So, I mean, I think that's 34 guys on the roster, but I think it'll be worth it for those guys to just come experience playoff baseball. And, you know, I understand that I was in their shoes however many years ago that was, 7.
Just last year was your first year in the playoffs. What did you learn from last year that you've applied to this year from the experiences of last year?
I think the biggest thing is the game is still the game. You know, I still need to execute and do what makes me have success, which is, you know, first pitch strikes, getting ahead of guys, getting into leverage, and getting guys out. So as far as that part, the game doesn't change. The environment's just a little bit better to play in. You know, it's a little bit more fun. Emotion, I think, on both sides runs a little higher, but baseball is still baseball, and I think that's probably the most important takeaway.
Go on the front row, Tim.
Tarik, if I remember right, you went up and visited with the SU baseball team when you were here in April. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're making sure they can come out tomorrow. I guess, why does it mean so much for you to stay as connected as you are with that program?
Yeah, I just remember when I was going to school there, the pro guys would come back and throw and work out with us, and I thought that was really cool. You know, I was like, this is awesome to have guys that are in professional baseball and, you know, grinding through the minor leagues. I idolize those guys. I was like, I'm going to watch these guys and pick their brain and see why they have success and why they're good and how they got to that, you know, to be in that situation. So I think it's important to just understand that it's not a dream. You know, you can dream about playing in the big leagues and getting drafted and all this stuff, but those things can become a reality for all those guys. And I think it's important just to get back in front of them and talk to them, share some knowledge. I don't have all the answers either, but just share some knowledge and, like, this is real. You know, it's not a fantasy. You can actually accomplish whatever you kind of put your mind to. So I think that for me is why I want to get in front of those guys and always try to take care of them when I'm here.
Go to Cody in the back.
Tarik, did the version of you that was here several years ago watching Felix Hernandez think it could be a reality to be sitting where you are right now?
Honestly, probably not, but it didn't stop me or didn't alter my motivation. You know, I remember coming to games here and Edwin Diaz was closing it out, and I was like, this is the coolest place in the world. You know, I'm enjoying this game. I'd get goosebumps when he'd come running in and they do his whole thing. So, yeah, I think like moments like that are kind of a little bit, you know, full circle or surreal, however you want to put it. And that kind of goes back to that question, was like, that's why I want to get back and then do those things.
Go in the front row on the far end. Or Ryan. Go ahead, Ryan.
Tarik, the 2 outings you had against the Mariners, they were so long ago, one in April, one right before the All-Star break. The team looks different. Do you take anything away from those outings, anything like that, specifically because they've added Naylor and Suarez right before the break, or at the trade deadline?
Yeah, I mean, there's some you know, some of the same guys, but also different. You know, it's a different roster. The deadline, I feel like they made a lot of moves and did a lot of different things. So it'll be a fun challenge. You know, the offense is good, the pitching is good. This is a good Seattle team. So we'll have our work cut out, but I'm pretty sure all of us are up for it.
Go in the front row left.
Tarik, obviously the emotions of pitching in October is different from the regular season. How do you channel, whether it be mentally or physically, how do you channel that added emotion and that added adrenaline to make you better in those moments, in those starts, as opposed to maybe becoming more helter-skelter because of that?
Yeah, I love it. You know, I love the environment. It's what you prepare for. It's what you work for. It's why you do the things you do in the off season. It's all for moments like this, to just go play baseball on the biggest stage and and go out and compete and try to win a championship. It's why I do everything I do. It's all the motivation that I need. So, winning is everything to me. So I think that it's just a great opportunity to go out there and compete and, show that all the work that you've put in is worth it for moments like this.
Go over on the right to Evan.
Tarik, you guys are in the midst of what will have, maybe I'm just closer, of what will eventually be a 16 or 17-day road trip before you get back to Detroit. AJ was joking about doing laundry and stuff like that. Does it feel like it's been that long so far? Or has it, what have you guys done to
Yeah, I ran out of underwear already once, so I had to take those in and have the clubbies do some stuff. I'm wearing the same shirt I wore in Cleveland already because I had to just run it through and get it washed. So that's fun, though. Socks, ran out of socks too, so you bring all that stuff in, they wash it and stuff, but I don't think anyone's complaining about being on the road for however many days it's going to be. We got a great opportunity, to play playoff baseball, and it doesn't really matter, where we're at right now.
Go to Jason.
How have you seen Troy Melton grow and how he progressed as a pitcher and even as a teammate since he arrived with you guys in July?
Yeah, I mean, he came up. He's kind of pretty to himself. I kind of just want to let guys be and be who they are, and our relationship will grow just over time. But it just seems like nothing matters to him. He just kind of goes out there and plays and competes, and I love that. Because a lot of the stuff that's out of his control, I don't think ever dictates who he is or how the next outing is going to be. I remember an outing, I think he gave up a couple runs or whatever, and I kind of was like, hey, man, just brush it off. We're going to need you again tomorrow. Like, that's kind of the mentality that we need to have. And he was like, I know. And he said it with a pretty stern voice, and I was like, okay, but you're good, bro. We got it, and he's very confident, and I love it. He's got great stuff, so he should be very confident in his stuff and just go right after guys. So I'm excited to watch him go out there and compete.
Is it a unique and different position for you now to be in that spot where you're the veteran that younger pitchers are looking to feedback and advice?
Yeah, I don't really consider myself a veteran. I haven't hit free agency or anything. I've played 5 years in this game. I think veterans are 8+ or so, I think, is kind of the cutoff. But, yeah, it's something that I take pride in. I want guys to ask questions or strive for whatever, and if I can be any resource to any guy, I want to be able to do that. And that's something I take pride in, is being a good teammate, being there for guys, whether things are going good or whether, especially if things are going bad. So, yeah, I just want all the guys in there to know that I got their back no matter what happens.
Go to Andrew in the middle.
Tarik, as much as you're able to observe from afar the couple series you played against the Mariners this year, what stands out about this rotation at large and what makes it special?
Their pitchers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they all got really good stuff. I think 1 through 5 or 6, I think they got like 6 or 7 guys that are really good, and the bullpen's really good. The stuff they have is great. I think they pitch the way you're supposed to pitch. I think they get ahead of guys, they get guys into leverage, and they punch guys out. Obviously Wu isn't on the roster, and he's also very, very talented. I think his fastball is about as special as it gets in our game. I don't know if there's a better one, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, they're very talented. They go right at guys, and it'll be fun to compete against them. Obviously, I'm not in the box, but I think our hitters are up for the challenge for sure.
Anything else for Tarik? Go to Jason.
If I remember right, when you were here in April, you got catering or carry-out post-game spread from one of your favorite restaurants over near campus. Are you going to be doing that again?
No, yeah, for sure. I'll do that tomorrow night too. So, yeah, it's one of my favorite taco spots, Tacos Chuki's. It's phenomenal. I wish I could go and eat there because it travels fine, but when you eat it there, I have dreams of this place, man. I mean, it's so good. Yeah, it's like that, and like anytime I get back to the West Coast, like In-N-Out, like those two places are like, whenever I get out east, Michigan, I'm like, damn, I wish I could go have a taco or a hamburger. So, yeah, I'll have that post game, and I look forward to eating as much as I can of it.